welcome to Inspirational Transformational TV show. Amy Whitney here today with my very special guest, Gloria Messenger. It's with great pleasure that I'm bringing Gloria on the show today because she is a genuine, beautiful, inspirational woman. She shares her story of transformation from a real estate agent to what she is today, which is an angel artist and a spiritual messenger. The gifts that Gloria shares are nothing short of amazing. They're empowering, they're inspirational, and she describes her new book, which is going to be released in autumn 2011. Now, the content of this book, which was channeled in 32 days, will blow you away. So, without further ado, it's with great pleasure I bring you Gloria Messenger. Gloria Messenger, thank you so much for joining Inspirational Transformational TV show.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Lovely. Now, let's get right into it today. You're an angel artist and a spiritual messenger. Can you expand on this?
Certainly. My concept of an angel artist is someone who is given divine guidance to artistically display something on canvas. And a spiritual messenger to me is someone who expresses their own unique concept of spirituality, and in my case I feel directed to talk about angels.
Amazing. Now, I'm just wondering if you'll take us back to a time in your life. I think you picked up the book Celestine Prophecies, and that was a catalyst for some massive change, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yes, that was quite a few years ago, and that when I picked up that book and read it and received a real strong understanding of how we can preserve our energies and how we can be our own self and direct our lives. And that I will contribute to or attribute to the decision to accept a marriage proposal. And when I accepted that marriage proposal in 1994, a whole chain of events happened for me, and that's when the angels presented themselves to me.
When you say they presented themselves, you can see them?
Yes, I can see them, I can draw them, I can hear them. I had a visit with them. I had a near-death experience and went and visited them on my honeymoon. So that was another little side venture that I went on. And I also received them in my home when I returned that very same year.
Can you describe that first experience to us?
That first experience, I have to say it had a range of all the emotions that you can think of. Because at the time, I was not even thinking of angels. I was working in the real estate field, so I was in my left brain, I guess you would say. So to go into receiving the angels, I was in a meditation. I was in a meditation of gratitude, and that's how it started. And I was giving thanks for all the wonderful decisions that I had made in my life recently, and that I had to develop myself to the position where I took a meditation class to help me with the stress of my job, and I thought, okay, I'm going to start practicing meditation. It seemed to be working. It was a really good tool to use. And so while I was in that meditation of gratitude, I was giving thanks for all the good things that had happened to me and all the wonderful events that were taking with my blended family coming together and my new husband. And so then I sat there a little bit longer thinking I wanted to be creative and come up with an idea of a gift. Some gift that would touch him in some way to show him my love. And I was just blank. One of those blank minds that I got nothing. And I was just about to move to get up and go on with things of the day. And that's when it happened. I heard the angels. They were loud, very deep masculine voice, and announced themselves very strongly and seemed to fill the room, fill the house, fill me, everything. And what I heard were 3 words, and the words were, draw his angel. That put me in all the different emotions that you can think of. Fear was in there as well, but I have to credit the meditation class because they told me that if anything happened during meditation that was unusual, to always own yourself and always ask for questions. Ask for identification, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Be strong, that you are stronger than anything else out there. And so I did that. I asked for an identification, and they introduced themselves and identified themselves to me as the angels of the light. Mm-hmm. I was surprised at that, but they continued to answer all my questions. Then they went on to draw the portrait for my angel, or for my husband, the angel portrait for my husband, and name it and give him a message. And it's quite profound. It's quite profound. And now that has led 17 years forward. They have brought that full circle for me with this book. And they have presented the angel portrait of the first one I drew, which was my husband's angel, as the book cover for this book. But it was guided to me by a girlfriend who never saw it, who picked it up off of the internet picture galleries. It's just awesome. It's blowing me away.
So this is your book that's due out this fall, is that correct?
Yes.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about the book?
Oh, that it's an amazing adventure. The book is called A Mirroring Discovery with Angel Visitation. And it was channeled in 32 days. I was just amazed at that. It's put in a format of a conversation, and the conversation is between my mind, my soul, and the angels. Oh. So it's very good gradual movement into getting all your questions answered. Nice. And the responses are unbelievable, amazing. I've been working with the angels for 17 years, and new things that I didn't know about have come through with this book. So I'm very excited about it. They tell us all about our life and how we set it up. They call it our itinerary, and how we set it all up, and how all the different things that we've chosen in life actually have meanings, and what they mean, and what the name of these different events are, these different choices are. To give you an example, they say that we choose to have swing exchange ventures in our life. This is amazing. That we do layering, that we do, it's just amazing things now. And they also gave poems, and they also gave insights into all the different friendships and how we set up the different friendships in our lives. It's just really a really amazing book.
Amazing. And when's it going to be released?
It's on target now to be released this fall, so I'm hoping September, October.
And how does the audience purchase the book? Will it be in bookshops or online? Or?
Yes, they can do both. It's on my website right now. You can advance order it, and it will be online in many internet bookshelves. It'll also be in all the bookstores too, as well.
How exciting. Is this your first book?
This is my first book, angel book. I have done little workbooks when I've done workshops, but this is my first real angel book that I'm selling. So,
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
And you have an angel meditation CD as well?
Yes, that was produced a few years ago, and that is still having I'm still getting rave reviews on that. People are experiencing many different things, and also their animals, their pets, and that's an amazing thing as well. Pets will. I had a lady call me and say, I put this meditation on because I needed to sit down and relax a bit. I've got this new puppy, and it's just so full of energy. She says, I put the tape on, and the puppy went right to the speaker and sat down and never moved till the meditation was over. She said, I've never experienced that. And I received that information from many people with different pets and how the pets react, because they can see the angels. They can see the angels in the air, in the visions that seem to come out from the CD.
What a beautiful gift for a new mother as well.
Yes, it is very good.
That's awesome.
Children see angels too, up until about age 6. And
all children?
All children can see them. They usually have invisible playmates, and it's their angels.
That's really beautiful. That's comforting, I think, for parents to know. I often have parents say, "Oh, I'm a bit nervous. My child's playing with imaginary friend, or they see images at night, things like that." So that's a good message to put out there. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Now, on top of having a new book and your CD, you also channel personal angel portraits and automatic writings. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. All I need to receive from the recipient of the portrait and the meditation package that they receive is their full name and their birth date. And the reason that I've asked for the birth date now is that I've received requests to have the portrait done, and the angels have said we need more information, more clarity, and I've gone back and found out senior, junior had identical names in the family. So now I ask for the birth date so I know for sure. When that happens, I go into a meditation, and during that meditation I connect with my angels. Then I present the name of the person, and then my angels will connect to that person's angels. And that's when it happens. And then I start receiving automatic writing, and then I receive the portrait and the name of the angel. And the name of the angel is really, really important too for the people, because it's very personal. So they will connect to you with that name as well. To give you an example of that, there's so many. The one that just jumps into my head is I went to a workshop up in Pembroke, and one of the participants of the workshop ordered her portrait ahead of time, so I brought it up. She opened it up and she started to cry. And this is not unusual. Usually it touches people, it's very emotional. And I talked to her a bit about it, and she said that the name really hit her. And it's the name that her father and her grandfather both used to talk to her. It was a nickname that they had given her. Wow. And the name was Dolly, but it was spelled Doleee. And it was written 3 times across the portrait. And she said they used to sing that to me. They used to call me Dolly, but they would sing Dolly, Dolly, Dolly when they would talk to me. And she said, I just feel so connected right now. So your angels know everything about you. So when they pick a name, they will make up a name, or they will even sometimes put letters together for, say, words, a sentence. And so you have to become a bit of a detective. If it doesn't hit you right away, you have to become a bit of a detective and find out what it means, because it's very personally related to your life.
So even like symbolism in it and things like that.
Yes.
So everybody has angels.
Everyone has angels. You have a minimum of 3 angels with you all the time. And then as you make different decisions in life, or choose to have some bigger events or bigger changes that you've facilitated, more angels will come in, and they're expert angels, and they help you. And all you have to do is ask. That's the only thing you need to know. You have to ask for angels and be open.
And once you ask, so the audience who's listening to this now, they say, is there a formula, and how do they know if the angels are actually present? Yes, good question. You can link up with your angels. You can set up a link. You can choose one of your 6 senses, and this is how the angels communicate with us here. Choose your sense of feel, touch, or your sense of smell, or your sense of hearing, sound, or your sense of vision, your sense of intuition, and also your sense of taste. You can connect with them in any one of those 6 senses. And all you do is sit down quietly, select what you want to do. To give you an example, I chose to have them tickle me on my face around my nose. And I wanted this because I thought I'd be able to see them. But they tickle me all the time, as they're doing right now. And I can't see them. I don't know if you can see them, but I can certainly feel them. They tickle you. So then when that happens, whatever you've chosen, you have to become alert when that happens. You recognize what it is, and it's always in your immediate environment. So it's something that they want you to see around you. It could be a caution to alert you, or it could be something just to notice the beauty around you. Or it could be something someone just said,
to you, and it was a profound statement. It was guidance, and they usually don't remember what they said when that happens, and or something something that you recognize that you had just been thinking about in your head. They want you to be alert to what you're programming in your mind. So was it a positive or negative? Because they want to celebrate and support you and help you with everything in your life.
Beautiful. And sometimes it's a message of warning, as you said.
It is, or it could be a message to look around, smell the roses, look at the beauty, look at count your blessings a bit as well.
Beautiful. How do angels describe their connection to God?
That's good. They describe themselves as the vibrations of God. And then they give an analogy that they are like the fingertips of God. They go on to express themselves that they are an angel taxi for spirits that want to bring you a message, that people that have passed. And a lot of people think that the passing relatives are their angels, but unfortunately it isn't. Passing relatives will come back to bring you a message or to send you love or to try to help you with some conflict that has not been resolved, but your angels are delivering them to you. They are the taxi. That's what they say. They are limousines as well. They say they can bring quite a few together. But they will not be able to stay with you. These people that you know that have passed away, they have to go on with their life, their next step. But they will, and this has happened to me, my mother comes to me every once in a while, and it's a message from the angels. They bring her to me, and she's brought me signs and all that as well.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
And when you connect with people's angels, can they ask specific questions, or is it just like the actual channeled message that you get?
Oh, yes, they can ask. Once they open up their connection, they can ask questions themselves as well. And once they receive their portrait, they can visualize then their portrait, and their portrait is usually a reflection of them. It shows your personality in there, it shows your character, your gifts, your talents, everything that's about you is in that portrait. And you can then make it your own personal visual meditation, because then you can visualize your portrait. You can also play with the name and have that in your head. And that will open up the window or the doors to your angels more in your mind. You can then ask your questions. You will get answers. You will get answers in your intuitive thoughts, in your inner knowing. You will be brought to see something. You will, all of a sudden, lyrics in a song will play and give you the answer. There's so many ways that they can access to bring you the answers to your questions.
It's really beautiful. What's the best advice you can give our listeners to open to their angels?
I would say the best advice is to, whether you're toying with the thought that angels are with you or not, it doesn't harm you in any way to allow yourself to have that little leap of faith or that little inquisitiveness and check it out. Check it out. Ask for proof. Ask for guidance. Ask for signs. Ask. That's the only thing I can say. Set up a link. Have them connect to you. Prove it to yourself. We seem to be a generation that needs proof. and it's a good thing. I think it's very healthy to be inquisitive. I think that the angels don't mind at all. They're here to help us, and they really do want us to recognize that. And once you recognize that, you empower yourself. You do.
Beautiful. And what's been your biggest inspiration?
There's been many, but the one that jumps into my mind right now is when I just started to work with the angels and receive the portraits for people. I was receiving letters from them all around the world because my story was picked up by the Celestine Prophecy Journal, and that went around the world, so I was receiving orders from around the world for portraits. And it was an amazing feeling to see these letters come in, because this was before the internet, and so the postage was amazing, the stories and what people were seeing in their portraits, they were expressing and telling their own personal stories. I was feeling compelled to share that with others, and I received a huge push, and I'd say that was one of my biggest inspirational pushes. Is I received a phone call from my daughter one evening, and she said, "You're not going to believe what happened, Mom. This evening, my little 2.5-year-old granddaughter had been going through her ritual of her evening bath with my daughter, and she said, Alyssa stopped in the middle of drying off while I was hugging her and drying her off at the same time on my knee, and pointed to the ceiling and said, 'Mommy, look, an angel.'" Mm. And my daughter says, "I didn't see it, Mom, but I kept asking her questions. And the questions that I asked her, and she answered me that it was twirling around and around and around. It was a man angel, and it was saying, 'I love you.'" And that's how she spoke back then. Well, since then, when she turned 4, she drew me the picture of that angel, and it's just breathtaking. Mm. And I am going to be putting it in the book as well, beautiful, with her story. Beautiful. So that was a huge push. So that started me doing an angel awareness newsletter. Mm-hmm. And that was a sharing of all people's stories and angel connections and encounters. And that went international as well. It started with 150 copies, and in a few months it went to 3,000 copies. Wow. And that I just couldn't keep up with it. So now I'm doing it on the internet, so people can sign up for my newsletter, and it'll share stories and inspirations of others and their connections.
That's beautiful. Have you noticed in the past 17 years from working with angels an increase in interest?
Yes, I have. People will fluctuate. I seem to see people be more relaxed and open about talking about angels at different times of the year, and especially around Christmas. Okay. And so, because they bring out angel things, and I think subliminal messages, they have angels decorations, yes, on their tree or in their tablecloths or something like that. So they openly start talking about them. But I'm finding that now it's become almost super hot, the in thing, where people are finding their own spirituality, yes, and that will usually end up leading them to their angels.
Amazing. And with this, sort of shift, or what people are calling a changing of times, do the angels speak at all about that?
Oh yes, they have spoken about the changes that are reflective in our society are also reflective within us. Right. And that's another little glimpse of what this book is about, the mirroring discovery, is you can connect it totally to yourself. Right. What you're noticing in the world is also happening within us as well. We are moving, we are changing, we are accepting different things and dismissing different things that work for us and what doesn't, and how we can co-direct our own lives. We've set them up. We've set so many things up, and we have to become now a detective and find out all the clues that we've left to discover.
Do you teach workshops on this?
I have in the past, for the last 12 years, done workshops, and I'm now moving into more reaching more people on a larger scale, and that I think that's why the book has come about. Yes. And this meditation CD. So I'm reaching out to more people on a larger continental wide, hopefully.
Absolutely, absolutely. And where to from here? Where do you have something like an ultimate goal that you're headed towards, or what do we expect to see in the future from you?
Well, the angels have said that this is the first of 8 books that are coming. Yay! So I think I'm going to be very busy for a while. I'm going to work with the internet, and I have some people helping me with that because I'm a little bit shy about that. But I want to do some media, maybe workshops on the internet so people can reach that way and work with this discovering the meaning of their name. That is huge. That is the biggest clue you can do right now, is discover the meaning of your name. And this is more. They directed me to that when I first started talking with them, and that was to give proof of my mission. And they told me to go and find the meaning of my name. Well, I went to the library and I started looking up name origin books to find my name and how the name started and what the meanings were. And I found out that my name, Gloria, means celebration, it means joy, it means angel love, and it means angel. Well, I never fathomed that ever in my life. And then I looked up my surname, Messenger, and that means angel, and it means one who delivers an important message. And when you put the two together, it gives me my purpose and how I'm supposed to approach my purpose. I'm supposed to celebrate the joy of angel love and deliver that message. And this is, everyone has. Your first name is your purpose.
Okay.
And it will spell it out to you. So go look up everything in your name, everything you can find, baby books, online, anything, and gather all those words together. Then summarize them.
Okay.
And bring it down to a sentence, and that will be your mission, purpose. And then take your middle names and do the same thing with that. And your middle name will be the way you preserve your energy so that you can do your purpose. And that is really important to know. And then your surname, it has to be your surname, your maiden name, whatever, and that will tell you how you approach doing your mission, doing your purpose. And then your married names also are important, but they're only for observation.
Okay.
They're to observe the traits and talents within that surname, yes, and see if you want to enhance your mission with it or just observe it.
Amazing.
And then there's also 5 overview missions, and that's all in the book as well. So
this book sounds so exciting.
It's going to give you so much information.
Amazing. And it was done with effortless ease, I guess, if you channeled it.
Channeled it. Yeah.
Amazing.
They often wake me up through the night to channel the messages, and they have done that over the years. And when this book started, it was like every day for 32 days, and I was starting to really experience the lack of sleep.
Yes.
So I said I needed to improve this, and I thought about it for a while, and so I sat down and meditated and said, okay, angels, I want to make a date with you. Instead of waking me up through the night, how be I get up early in the morning, I have my mind is blank, you have me for an hour and a half date, and I can receive all your writings then. And so it changed. So I slept wonderfully deep through the night, and then around between 6 and 7:30 in the morning, I'll wake up effortlessly without any alarm, and it's always when there's double digits. So it could be 6:22 or 6:11 or 7:33. It's always when I wake up and look at the clock. I know it's that angel sign, and that's another sign that it's time for our date. So I get up and go and sit and have my meditation and receive 30 pages or so of writings.
Can anyone learn to do that?
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's really exciting.
Yeah, you can start by believing that you can,
mm-hmm.
and if you doubt it, I would share this at workshops where just sit, anytime you meditate, sit and have paper and pencil nearby,
mm-hmm.
and hold your pencil in your opposite hand if you doubt,
mm-hmm.
and see. You may start just getting scribbles, and you may get circles, you may get little drawings, or you may get 1 or 2 words, and that's how it'll start. And once you accept that it isn't you making it happen, then you can change to the hand that is comfortable for you, or you can stay with the other hand, and you will start receiving sentences. And you know that it's with your angels that you're communicating if it's loving. If it isn't loving, dismiss it right away keep the control. It's always your angels when it's loving and kind and guiding and inspirational.
That's really exciting. You mentioned a few times about, so darkness does exist.
Absolutely.
And the only way, all you need to know is that if you feel that presence, you just dismiss it, and it's that simple?
Yes. It's like opposites, black and white. It's there for a reason.
Okay.
If you choose to delve into the dark, that's what you're going to experience.
Okay.
But if you choose to delve into the light or the positive, that's what you will experience. It's choice. We have continuous, never-ending choice.
Yes.
Free will. It's never taken away.
Yes.
Ever.
Beautiful. How can our angels guide us to help us prevent from anyone stealing our energies?
That's a good question. You can sit and meditate, or prayer is some people prefer that, but whichever you choose to do, sit down quietly and say to your angels and ask them for their help and their assistance. Ask them to help you recognize when someone is stealing your energy. And you recognize that all the time, but you may not consciously recognize it. So you want to consciously recognize when it's happening. And when you feel drained, or you feel you are being manipulated, or the person is taking something from you that you don't want to give up, that's when they're stealing your energy. So you can protect that. And what you can do is just by simply putting your hand over your heart, just like that. It's a little physical reminder that you can protect your own energies. What it is you have an aura around you. You have a field of energy around you. Mm-hmm. And some people are not necessarily intentionally wanting to steal your energy, but they're tired or they're drained and they need a boost. So they will say something to you in a way that is sharp, okay, or in a way that will push your buttons.
Yes.
And then once they do that, your reaction of being startled sort of opens up your energy, and they can then steal your energy. So you physically just blocking it with your hand, or visually putting yourself. Many people do different things. Some people put themselves in a bubble. Some people will put themselves in a glass elevator. Some people will do different things like that. Whatever you choose that is a quick reminder for you that you can immediately do, you can stop. And you can even do that. Put your hand up and say, okay, I need a moment to respond to you. You're keeping your energies. No one then can drain you. No one then can use you your energy or inflate themselves and drain you in the consequences of the action.
That is so vital.
Yes. It can be you can teach your children that. That's an amazing thing, a gift to give your children, to protect their own energies.
Amazing. Thank you for that. Now, your final words of wisdom today.
Oh, I have too many words.
Get the book.
Yeah, get the book. Become a detective in our lives. It is a fun thing, and it's an adventure you can do with many people. You can do it as a family. Start discovering what your name means. And that is really wonderful. And a family really benefits from it, because once you know the meaning of the surname, it will help the children, the husband, the wife only as an observer, but the wife can find her maiden name if she has chosen to take the married name. So it's very, very important to do that. Once you gain that understanding, it opens up further doors for you, because the angels say that we are very, very clever, and we put clues throughout our lives, and that we bonded with our parents before we were born, and we chose a name that would really be filled with clues for us. And so, for my example, I bonded with my parents. I chose, they say, to birth into the messenger family. I chose the name Gloria to give to my parents. And when I bonded them in the form of energy, I place this in their head, and it stays fixed in their head. They can't dismiss it. So if they choose, they have free will. If they choose not to give me that name, they would have tagged it on as a middle name or used it as a nickname or told me the story of the name they wanted to give me all the time.
Right.
So it's very significant. And so then I chose my family for the last name Messenger to be able to uncover that clue that I'm to deliver this message and to deliver the message of what Gloria means. So this is the connection, and it is so empowering. It is one of the most amazing things you can do for yourself, is find the meaning of your name.
That's really beautiful. Thank you so much for your time today.
Oh, you're very welcome. My pleasure.
Gloria, thank you so much for your time today. It was an absolute joy to be in your space, your healing space, your beautiful home. You are surrounded by angels. Your message of inspiration, of hope, of beauty, just it touched my heart. And your true, genuine nature, asking about me, caring about where I'm at, that is really touching for me to be around. I really appreciate it, and I wish you every success with the launch of your first book. And thank you again for your generosity. Much love and many blessings.